it creates very clear First Amendment problems when the government is pressuring a broadcaster to sideline a late night comedian for what he says.
By now, you've likely heard late night host Jimmy Kimmel has been suspended by ABC for his comments relating to the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
I mean, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct, to take action, frankly, on Kimmel, or, there's going to be additional work for the FCC. Again, there's actions that we can take on licensed broadcasters. And frankly, I think that it's really sort of past time that a lot of these licensed broadcasters themselves push back on Comcast and Disney and say, listen, we are going to preempt. We are not going to run Kimmel anymore until you straighten this out, because we licensed broadcaster, are running the possibility of fines or license revocation from the FCC if we continue to run content that ends up being a pattern of news distortion.
What you may have also heard is that people, mainly those who work in state and local government in Florida, have been suspended for making controversial comments about Kirk's assassination. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, a free speech advocacy group, has come out against both the state's actions and Kimmel's situation.
ABC is doing this under pressure from the federal government. You have the chairman of the FCC who is in the process of reviewing proposed mergers involving companies connected to ABC or to Disney, saying we can do this the easy way or the hard way, and claiming that Jimmy Kimmel talking about this on air is not in the public interest. I think that that's wrong, and it creates very clear First Amendment problems when the government is pressuring a broadcaster to sideline a late night comedian for what he says.
Stephen Walker is an education reporter with the Orlando Sentinel. He's been following the cases of Florida teachers being suspended for their out-of-work comments about Kirk's death.
On September 11th, the State Commissioner of Education sent a memo to districts in order to have them forwarded to teachers, warning them to, like, quote, govern themselves when it came to social media posts about Charlie Kirk. He didn't elaborate or point to specific examples, but there have been a few that have come to light since then. You have teachers in Clay County. You had a union president in St. Lucie County. I did see some conservative influencers posting on social media. One teacher who teaches at Celebration K-8, who posted on their Instagram story. It was a quote from Charlie Kirk when he was talking about that some gun deaths were worth it to preserve Second Amendment rights, and that teacher was one of the four that had been put under investigation and placed on, quote, alternative assignment.
Steinbaugh thinks those Florida cases also have cause for concern.
If you work for a private company that is not at all the government, your private company can take action against you for what you say on the clock or off the clock, with certain limited exceptions. But if your employer is a government entity and it is taking action against you based on something you said off the clock and about a matter of public concern, that raises First Amendment problems. Even if your speech is offensive, even if your speech angers members of the public, people have the right to say things and to espouse opinions that are offensive to other people. This is, Charlie Kirk's murder was something that shocked the world, and people are going to have different takes on that. Some of them are not going to be kind. Some of them are going to be offensive to a lot of members of the public. But the First Amendment is important when speech is unpopular.
Fire Steinbaugh says that both the Kimmel situation and the teacher suspensions can create an uncomfortable precedent for those in both political parties.
The First Amendment protects everyone. And if we start watering it down to go after the speech we don't like, then it's not going to be there for the speech that we do like, because the tools, the theories, the legal principles that you set for offensive speech today are going to be used against the speech tomorrow, and it might be speech you like.
Don't forget to like, comment, and engage. And also, Don't forget to give to your local public media station. I'm Tristan Wood with WFSU News.